I'm 15 years old, I've been working out for 2 years, and I look like this. And well, multiple people in my comments have told me over and over again that I don't look 15. And some people even think that I'm on steroids. For reference, this is the first ever gym photo I took back when I was 13 years old. And I wasn't even 120 pounds, and my deadlift form looked like this.
Oh, hell no, man.
I can't lie, I thought that 205 pound deadlift was so cool. So I'll be going over the workout routines I did, my mistakes, and how I was able to pack on 50 pounds. Okay, so throughout my fitness journey, I've cycled on and off between splits and exercises, but I usually followed a push-pull leg split. Keep in mind, this isn't the current split that I'm following at the moment. This is just what I made up as I started working out. And if you want to see my actual workout split and what it looks like, don't worry, I'll show it to you later. Okay, so this is what I came up with, and as you can see, it's not the most efficient, or as one would say, it's not the most optimal workout. After all, I had 4 chest exercises in one session, all being 3 sets. And this is when I realized that I was just doing a bunch of junk volume, and progressive overload was nearly impossible with how fatigued I got. So I switched it up and used exercises that worked well for me, as well as cutting down some volume, like a lot of volume. And after modifying the workout, this is what it looks like, a lot more bearable obviously, and I stuck to this workout for about 5 months. And after looking at this workout, this is definitely something you can start following right now. And I kept following these workouts until I look like this. So we're changing the split again, and this time we're doing an Arnold split. By doing this, it would prevent fatigue from building up, which was just amazing. For example, your triceps get fatigued after some sets of bench press. Your triceps won't be able to function at their best since they're already fatigued. So the buildup of fatigue is probably the downside of the push-pull leg split, and this is also why it makes the Arnold split amazing. And this is the time where I started to extend my splits. So for example, on one chest and back day, I would have chest and back A, and then another session I would have chest and back B, where I'd swap up the exercises to add variety to my workouts. Honestly, this isn't necessary, this is just a way of having more fun since you're just adding more variety. And my workouts looked a little something like this, and I've been following this workout all the way until November of 2024, and my physique went from this to this. Along the way, I've also been taking some creatine, which helped me gain 10 pounds over the entirety of August. So yes, generally you want to be taking creatine after you turn 18, but I'm just taking it when I turn 15 because, well, fuck it. Throughout my fitness journey, I've also realized what was optimal and what wasn't so optimal. With my exercise selection, I chose exercises that offered a constant tension throughout the movement, a good stretch, an exercise that I enjoyed doing, while still being able to progressive overload on it from time to time. Unless your favorite exercise is Bosu ball squats, then get the hell out of here. For example, instead of doing a dumbbell lateral raise, you should swap it out for a cable lateral raise, as you can overload it easily, and the resistance profile is much more smooth than a dumbbell lateral raise. Think about it. Since a dumbbell lateral raise only has tension at the top, how the hell are you supposed to train to failure? If you ever see anyone do dumbbell lateral raises, they're either doing it with perfect form but with super lightweight, or going heavy while looking like an absolute goon. This is why you never actually see anyone do dumbbell side raises while training till failure. Because you literally can't train to failure. This leads to prioritizing your form over weight. Seriously, drop the ego and really dial in on how you perform your exercises. You can do this by recording yourself and identifying the problems you made throughout the set. For example, this clip of me doing pull-ups, my chin wasn't even getting above the bar. So now I know that for next time I should drop the weight and actually go through the full range of motion. This can help prevent any plateaus, but most importantly, prevent injury. Especially with the deadlifts, because no one wants to blow their back out.
Holy shit, fucking back, dude!
After learning from my mistakes and experimenting with different exercises, this is what my current workout split looks like. I follow an upper-lower split due to my school schedule along with other sports. This includes exercises that you can easily overload on, and enough volume to give every muscle some stimulus as well as building muscle and strength. I would prioritize my compound lifts as I train for strength, and I actually don't train till failure for the squat, bench, or deadlift. I only train to failure on my isolation work. However, if I wasn't in school at the moment, my split would look a little more like this. I would go back to the Arnold split, increasing the volume and adding more exercises. Obviously, this isn't the most optimal split that you need to follow, this is just what would work for me based on my lifting experience. Throughout the first couple months of my lifting journey, I also made the mistake of not tracking my workouts. Tracking your workouts is probably the most important tip I can give you. When you progressive overload, you need to improve from your last session. But how will you be able to improve if you don't actually know how much weight or reps you did for that exercise last time? I thought I didn't need to log in my workouts, but this just led to me crashing into a wall. Because I was making no progress, I was just doing the same weight for the same reps over and over and over again. And I looked like this, so obviously it clearly didn't work. So tracking your workouts is the most crucial part when working out, otherwise you simply won't make any progress at all. Now for the people who tell me that I don't look my age, that's probably because I'm significantly more heavier than I used to be. I used to hate eating, and sometimes I would only eat one meal a day, which is pretty stupid. In order to put on mass, you need to eat in a caloric surplus. So this is where tracking food comes into play. Now obviously this isn't a must. If you don't want to track your calories, you honestly don't have to. I get it. Having to measure your food before you can eat can be annoying, and it's even more of a nuisance when you're going out to eat and you just can't track anything, or you're probably just bringing out a food scale in front of your friends and they're probably like, what the fuck is going on? But it is generally good to have an idea of what you're eating. When I didn't track my calories, I wasn't gaining any weight because I didn't actually know how much I ate. After consistently tracking for months, it's now easier for me to eyeball my food, and I can eat in a surplus without having to track my calories because I'm a lot more aware of the food that I actually eat. Gaining weight also takes a while. I hated looking at the scale because I just thought that the weight wasn't going up. But if you take it slow, you'll eventually see the numbers go up. And the more you eat, the more energy you'll have, leading to an increase in strength and size. So after doing this for 2 years straight, I gained about 50 pounds. I obviously would have gained more weight if I didn't take dieting breaks, but I'm happy where I am right now. If I didn't take any breaks at all, I probably would have gained around 65 to 70 pounds, but I'm just guessing. And so to respond to those who don't believe that I'm 15 years old, well, now you know why I don't look my age. It's because I learned about all this information so quickly that I was able to implement it into my routine, which is probably why this 15-year-old is more jacked than you. And no, I don't take steroids. But yeah, that's about it to wrap up this video. If you have any other lifting advice that helped you, make sure to drop it in the comments. Also, make sure to follow the Instagram where I'll post additional content, and I'll see you guys in the next one.